Hey guys, what's going on? We are bringing you the second episode of the Washington Capitals GM mode series, and in this episode we're going to start making some moves, some trades, possibly some free agent signings if we can free up enough salary cap. But in case you didn't see the first episode, let me quickly recap what moves we need to make. So, obviously we have Ovechkin and Backstrom on the first line. That is fine. That is a very good basis for the first line. Obviously with Ovechkin and Backstrom is a good first line centre. But we need another winger for that first line. So that is a need. I want to get a power forward, ideally, or another sniper, or a two-way forward. I want a bit of physicality on there. I have a specific person in mind in Gabriel Landeskog to go along with his fellow Super Swede Nicholas Backstrom. I think Landeskog would be the ideal winger to get in that situation because he's already pretty good and he's only going to get it better. And I feel that would be the perfect player to stick on that line to help Ovechkin and Backstrom. Because at the moment it's probably going to be Johansson, but Johansson can be improved. I like Johansson as a second line playmaker, do not get me wrong. I like Marcus Johansson as a player, but I think if we're going to get the best out of him, he needs to be down on the second line. You see, Kuznetsov is listed as a right winger, but because of our lack of centres, I put him at centre because he does have a 75 face-off rating, but his defence is not fantastic. So again, for the second line, I'm debating it. I would like to get someone like Devin Sadaguchi for that second line. It would be a good second line type player, but I am also not opposed to getting another two-way player in this second line and just hoping that Johansson's shot, which isn't terrible, and Kuznetsov's shot, which isn't terrible, and whoever we get has a shot that isn't terrible, so we can help them out. And then maybe if we can think of a decent player, we can trade Johansson for someone as well, for a sniper, instead of signing Sadaguchi, because I think, as much as I would like to think we're going to, with Ovechkin we should go for an offensive juggernaut, because of the way the old GM and coach tried to build this team, we have a lot of defensive minded players and Ovechkin's our only real sniper. So it's tricky. I could just sign Sadaguchi, but as we've seen, we have a decent defensive core. We don't have a goalie, really. Well, we do have a goalie in Holtby who could be something. But it's tricky. I don't know whether to go for that offense or get a two-way centre like, okay, I'll just let you know I'm thinking of, like Braden Shen, or again from Colorado, Ryan O'Reilly, someone like that to help out. And then we have a solid centre third line in Brooks Laich. Even though he is listed as a left winger, he is a centre, let's be honest. And yeah, it's tricky. It is very tricky. Johansson would bring us a decent sniper back as well, as my thinking. And I want to keep Kuznetsov rather than Johansson. So it's tricky. So we'll deal with that later. But the first trade we're definitely going to make is I'm going to get rid of Mike Green. I know it seems a little bit crazy, but I feel like Mike Green for Gabriel Landeskog helps us out better. Because if I go back to the lines and show you the defense, he is a top 4 defender for us. Yeah, he is an outstanding offensive defenseman, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we can find offensive defensemen to play alongside Matt Niskanen, who will be slightly better defensively. And because they're slightly better defensively, although looking at Mike Smith's categories, I don't know. I just think Mike Green for Gabriel Landeskog is more of what this team needs now that we do have Matt Niskanen and Orpik. If we didn't have Orpik and Niskanen, I wouldn't be making this trade. I feel with Niskanen, and then we can go ahead and get someone like James Wisniewski was the player I was thinking, who has quite a low trade value, who wouldn't be too hard to get to play on the power play. Or we're better off because Landeskog will give us more. Give us that extra something different that Mike Green just isn't giving us at the moment. So that is the trade I'm going to try and get to go through right now. Feel free to comment if you disagree with me, but personally I feel Mike Green for Landeskog is a trade that helps us out better. And if we can't get Mike Green for Landeskog, we'll get Mike Green for another sniper or at least something. Basically, whatever happens, Mike Green is going. But if we check out Gabriel Landeskog, obviously he has this $5 million contract, 5.5 million for the next 8 years, so we wouldn't have to worry about re-signing him, which is another bonus for us. His skating is good. He's basically 4.5 stars everywhere apart from his senses, so his discipline could be a bit of a problem for us. But defensively and physically, he's fantastic. Puck skills are good as well. So you can see he is the type of player that I think would help Ovechkin out. Strong physically, won't lose the puck very well, and helps out defensively a little bit as well. And he's got a decent shot as well, so he'll probably put up some goals of his own. Like his rookie season, he had 20 goals, so hopefully we can do that, and a plus minus of 20. That plus minus of 20 is what we want to replicate this year. And it also frees up a little bit of cap room, I think, because if I am right in thinking, Mike Green has a more expensive cap room. Not a lot of cap room, but cap room nonetheless. Now, they do want Mike Green, and this is the second GM mode I'm trading somebody away to Landeskog. Yeah, for Landeskog even. So before we actually go ahead and make this trade, I am going to check out other options, because I'm going to be honest, Landeskog was just the first person that popped into my head. I've not done much scouting, but we will check it. Okay, this is weird. It's only giving me centers for some reason. This is weird. Have I got facials on or something? I haven't. Right. That's weird. That's weird and really not very helpful. That's better. Okay, so I know we're looking at second line players at the moment, but I think that's because Landeskog is in that category, so we're going to have a look at other players. Obviously, you've got Ryan O'Reilly, who's got a slightly better trade value than Landeskog for some reason. I think it's because he's got green stars, yeah. Milan Lucic would obviously be a fantastic option to get for that first line, but do we realistically think we're going to get him? I don't. Steen is a little bit older than Landeskog. I don't think he's all that much better, so that's not worth it. I'm coming down here. There's no one really worth getting here. These are all true two-line, second line forwards. But I think Landeskog could get it done on the first line, so we'll check out right wingers quickly. Actually, Louis Eriksson or TJ Oshie. Yeah. Brent Burns. Oh, that's an interesting idea. No, I don't like Brent Burns. Let's go and get Nail Yakupov. Actually, having said that, that's not the worst idea in the world. He's not very good defensively, but that would make that first line an offensive juggernaut. Definitely in the future anyway. Tarasenko. Again. Not a terrible idea. I quite like him on the second line to start with, but someone we should look at. But I am very much of the mindset that Landeskog is the type of player that we need. So it would either beat Landeskog or Oshie. Both got the same overall. I think Oshie might be better offensively. Alright, let's compare them. So Landeskog has got 4.5 stars everywhere apart from 4 stars senses wise. And Oshie has less 4.5 stars, but his playmaking's better. And he's a quicker skater than Landeskog as well. Landeskog's got more upside though, but Oshie's got much better discipline and poise. It's tricky, it really is. I think the thing with Oshie is he's not going to get any better. Landeskog will, because he's only 20, he's got 4.5 stars, so if we don't win this year, he's in place to become the next leader of this team and continue to help Ovechkin. Yeah, I think Landeskog is good. Because this is a retooling. I'm not entirely sure with Braden Shen we are actually, not Braden Shen, Braden Holtby, that we are going to win the cup this year with him as our goalie. I just don't think he's going to get it done. He might do in a couple of years' time, do not get me wrong. But I feel like, as much as I would like to win, I think we're going to make the playoffs. We will make the playoffs. We'll have a decent run in the playoffs. But I think in terms of long-term growth, much with the same of getting rid of Mike Green, we should take into account that Landeskog has got better upside than Oshie. And he's a more physical player. So I doubt this trade we're going to go through straight up. But we'll give it a go because you never know. Okay, no, I didn't think it would. That's fine. That is fine. Don't want to go to draft picks if I can help it. Especially not for the first couple of years. Troy Brower was someone we wanted to get rid of. That's fine. So we'll go Mike Green for Troy Brower. And is there anyone we can get back to help us out? Nah, I don't really want... Well, Danny Header would be alright. Danny Briere. He'd be a nice player to have. But I think... no, Briere and Brower are pretty much the same. Any rookies? Duncan Simmons would be too nice. I've got to stop going. No rookies. Okay, so let's look for some depth. I need some depth. We're going to make a decent playoff run. So someone like John Mitchell would be perfect for depth. We're getting rid of Troy Brower, someone who's a bit gritty, not too bad on the puck. Or actually even better than Mitchell would be Maxime Talbot for the fourth line. Should we try and get Talbot for the fourth line? I think we should. Actually, he's going to start getting worse soon. Okay, who's got a better potential? Is Talbot still got a better potential? What's Winchester's face-offs? Okay, who's got the better defensive category, Mitchell or Talbot? Hey, Mitchell's there. I feel like Mitchell might be listed as a fourth liner. Mitchell is listed as a fourth liner, so we'll go after Mitchell because he will be playing in the right position. I think that's important. And we actually free up a lot of cat room if we... So, Brower easily covers Mitchell. Green should cover Landeskog. Hopefully that little bit of extra value for Brower over Mitchell should make a difference. And it does. So it only took us a couple of attempts to bring Gabriel Landeskog to his team. Colorado have gotten a lot better, but I feel like we've gotten a lot better as well. So I do not mind that. So let's sort out the lines as they should stand currently with the needs that we have. So obviously we now have Ovechkin, Backstrom and Gabriel Landeskog on our first line. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm much happier having Landeskog than Oshie. Especially now we have two Super Swedes. Backstrom and Ovechkin are fast, so it's always nice having Landeskog as the slowest player on the line. But he will be the physical presence on that line, and I expect him to play that way, Gabe. Okay, I'm looking at you. You need to hit as much as Ovechkin used to. That's what I'm asking for you. Create space for these two players to get it done, and you will get your own rewards. Okay, you've got it. We've got some very good Super Swedes, actually. Now we have Johansson. I'm happy with that. The second line is currently Kuznetsov and Johansson, with Kuznetsov in the middle at the moment. Chimera is just there because Chimera will not be carrying on if I can help it. If we trade him, we trade him. Okay, so we now have the problem of, do we play Eric Fair or someone else on that third line? So we could do with a third line winger potentially, but for now it would leave Eric Fair or John Mitchell there, depending on who's got a better defensive category. So we will leave John Mitchell there for now with Joe Ward and Brooks Light. That's still a very good third line. I'm happy with that. And then obviously we have Beagle, Fair and Wilson on that third line. Fourth line, sorry. Wilson is staying on that fourth line. Looking at it, Beagle's actually got some very good face-offs. So I wouldn't hate it if he's there, but if we could do, I would have Mitchell as that fourth line centre. Get a better third line player in. That's perhaps where Gucci can come and help with that depth scoring. I think he's got a decent enough defensive category. So that could be an option. But for now, no, we'll leave it there. So our fourth line will be Fair, Mitchell and Wilson. So we need to replace Beagle and Chimera pretty much now. And also now we're going to keep Orpik on that third line defensively, and we're going to go after another top 4 defender. I believe Orpik is a top 4 defender, but it's his discipline and lack of skating I don't like. He's fine for a third line or a third pair defense, especially playing with Jack Hillen, who is a better skater than him. I'm fine with Hillen and Orpik playing in that position, but I want someone like Wisniewski to play out there with Mr. Matt Niskanen, and in fact that is the type of player we're going to go and have a look for now on the trading block. So we do have some salary cap available now. If I check, we now have 3 million, so we could go after somebody now if we really wanted to. Just going to have a quick look. So obviously Setaguchi was the person I was looking for the second line, and he's not too bad, to be fair. But it's his lack of physical and defense I don't like, because Johansson and Kuznetsov are going to be setting each other up. But he has got a good shot. which I don't mind. Sorry, I'm just having a think. I think I mentioned Jamie McBain before. We signed McBain. Brooks Orpik suddenly becomes a trading asset for us. That is not the worst idea I've ever had. We could get Billy Leno for the third line actually, because I don't think he's going to be on a ridiculous contract, and he is a decent player. So Leno is another free agent signing, so there's definitely potential just to address our needs via free agents rather than having to trade for everyone. But I feel for a top 4 defenseman who is going to be worth it, we will need to make a trade. So basically for the top 2 lines for each, for forward and defense, I am going to make trades. But we can fill our team out in free agency, so we don't give up too many prospects. That way you can always make a trade at a later date. I'm going in completely the wrong direction because I want to check out this little setup we have here. Okay, so obviously Carlson is one of the best top 4 defensemen, which I'm not surprised about. So if we check Bowmeister would be lovely to have. Not sure about Shen, but I think if we're being realistic in our trading value, in our trading assets, someone like Jakob Kindle would be fantastic to get. Purely because he has such a low trading value, it wouldn't be hard to get. I don't like Mazzara. Actually, Mazzaris is a better skater than I thought, but his discipline's a bit crap. But there he is, Wisniewski. He's just above Matt Green, Grossman, McQuaid, and Ryan Whitney, of course. Actually, Ryan Whitney's not bad. But I think Wisniewski is actually a pretty good all-round defenseman, even though he is listed as a offensive defenseman. His sensors is very good. Obviously, his shooting and puck control is good, but his physical category is actually good as well. Defensive awareness could be a little bit better, but he's playing with Niskanen, so I feel like he'll be fine, and he will be quarterbacking a power play line to himself. So that's fine. I don't mind that. And actually, someone like Artem Anisimov would be quite nice to get. So, how are we going to go about getting our hands on James Wisniewski? So, he's not got the greatest trade value, but we haven't got the greatest trade assets. Okay, so I feel like this Chris Brown could go. I mean, he could be something for us, but they want him. I feel like he could go. What about Michael Lita? Is much the same as Brown, so one of those 2 can go. Oh, there they are. They're both listed as 4th line players. Who's the younger? Well, Lita needs to be re-signed anyway, so we won't bother with that. So Lita can go. Why wasn't that a salary cap? Okay, so I do need to send some salary cap back, but that's where Jason Chimera should come in. Yeah, Jason Chimera will make that trade go through, salary cap wise, but it won't go through on the value of everyone yet. What's this Mitchell guy got? Yeah, we could take a risk and hope he doesn't turn out to be anything good. What about this? I'm not even going to attempt to play that. Say that name. He is a career AHL sniper, so he can go. And I don't think that would go through. I'm not even gonna, no, I'm not going to try it. That's not going to get through. So we will probably have to add a pick. Or a goalie, to be fair, just to try and make the value better. So what would they say to this? Columbus Blue Jackets trade blocks, you check it. Isn't up to snuff. Doesn't match their needs particularly well. Okay, so we'll take off this Anderson guy. We'll have a look at some rookies that probably aren't going to be anything for us. Snelling guy is not going to be anything, so we'll stick Snelling in and we'll go to draft picks. They want a third, but that means we go without a pick for a while, so we'll try the 5th, see what they say. Okay, no, try the 3rd. Try the 2nd. Is Wisniewski and that worth a 2nd? Probably not, to be fair. Okay, no, let's rebuild this trade from the ground up. I think that's something we need to do. So, Wisniewski, who is earning $5 million a year. So, signing Wisniewski would actually lead us with a lot of calorie stat problem. Salary cap? Yeah. Calorie cap? Salary cap, that's the one. Problems which I'm not particularly willing to deal with right now. So is there anyone better to get? Jason Garrison wouldn't be too bad. Jason Demers. He wouldn't be too bad, but he would need re-signing. Andy Green. Okay, so I'm not actually going to make a trade in this video then if we are readjusting our expectations somewhat. Lucas Spiza wouldn't be too horrible to get either. Okay, so there probably are better options than James Wisniewski to try and go after. So that will be what we do. So Wisniewski is there. His trade value is quite low, but we really don't have anyone to trade. I would rather have Jason Garrison as well. Actually, I quite like all of these players, to be fair. None of them are too bad, to be fair. I don't really like Carl Gunnarsson, but someone like Cody Franzen, would he be better than James Wisniewski to go Oscar? I think he might actually be. So would Cody Franzen be better? So yeah, I've been more inclined to go after Cody Franzen and James Wisniewski, and then we can also offer up Dmitry Orlov, and that trade might go through, to be fair. So basically Franzen is where Orlov is now, but that helps us now, sort of thing. So that's something that's worth considering. I think that trade would go through. Franzen would need to be re-signed, but I don't think he'd want too much. So that'd be fine. We can always dump off some salary somewhere else. Does leave us with 3 million still in salary, so that's fine. So I'm not going to go ahead and make this trade. I want your opinion. Should we go after Cody Franzen to replace Mike Green? I feel like that would do, especially if he's going to play alongside Matt Niskanen, so it's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this video here. We haven't really done much apart from traded for Gabriel Landeskog, which you say isn't much, but I feel Landeskog is going to make a difference to Ovechkin's and Backstrom's production, while the defense the hole on the defense that Mike Green has left shouldn't be too hard to fill if we are sensible and get the player that we want. But yeah, Gabriel Landeskog, the newest Washington Capital. Welcome to the team, Gabe. Hope you have a good time here, and hope you and Backstrom have a successful career playing alongside Obi for the next 10 or so years. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.